published 10:35 est the 30th of November 2017, updated 1806 est the 30th of November 2017. Scott Brown insists Motherwell should get to grips with their missile-throwing fans before taking verbal potshots at Celtic. The target of objects allegedly thrown from the home support in Wednesday's 11 draw in Lanarkshire, the Parkhead skipper hit back at claims from Fir Park players that his teammates Scott Sinclair and Callum McGregor had dived to win penalties. Speaking before the sides meet for the third time in a week at Parkhead on Saturday, the Scotland captain took aim at Celtic's critics by Scott Brown has warned of potential injuries to Celtic players from fans throwing missiles. Brown had previously spoken about missiles thrown during game against Rangers last April, accusing the SPFL of stoking tension between the clubs by scheduling 3 games so close together, claiming Celtic players fear being injured by missiles thrown by fans at away grounds and insisting Lewis Moult dived to win the free kick which led to Motherwell's goal and took them to within 3 minutes of ending Celtic's 66-game unbeaten run. Motherwell hit back with their own statement on Thursday and said they are contacting the Scottish FA's head of refereeing to express our views and seek feedback. The statement said the club was seeking clarity after yet another Motherwell match has been dominated by a debatable decision from a match official. But Brown has called on the Lanarkshire outfit to put their own house in order before pointing the finger at anyone else, saying Lewis Moult dived and we managed to score an own goal from it. You don't hear anything about that. You don't hear anything about coins launched in people's direction and trying to injure people. That all gets thrown under the carpet and they Motherwell focus on 2 decisions. Asked what was alleged to have been thrown by a section of Motherwell ultras, Brown responded, I made a pound. There was a coin, strawberry chevets, I picked them up. 2. It isn't showing a great example, especially when there are kids there. If they misplace that coin and it hits a kid or someone else on the head, you don't want that, but eventually someone will get hit. There was a few times it happened. The Scottish Celtic captain believes someone in green and white will eventually get hurt. It was it throw-ins and a few times with a Griffiths taking a corner. It is always from that same section. Just because we are doing so well in the league, away fans don't like that. We have understood it as part and parcel now of when you go away. People can shout or sing whatever they want, but you can't throw things. It is more when you go away from home, and it is starting to get more and more. We are just getting used to it now. You go and take a corner, and you have got to look over your shoulder to see what is coming. Brown has spoken previously of missiles being directed at Celtic players at Ibrox in April and during the Champions League qualifier against Linfield in Belfast in July. Concerned by events at Motherwell on Wednesday, he added it is starting to become part and parcel of going there now. Scott Sinclair scored an 88th-minute penalty as Celtic drew 11 at Motherwell on Wednesday. Sinclair had been booed by Motherwell fans, so he celebrated by shushing the home crowd. It is a great place to go and play football because the fans are on top of one another, but you can't be launching things. If we do anything then we would have a bad reputation if we had to throw something back, but they can do it for 90 minutes. We are allowed to celebrate a goal. Motherwell celebrated like they had won the World Cup when they scored their goal. When we celebrate they throw coins at us. It is what it is. Sinclair earned a highly disputed spot kick for Celtic on the way to Brendan Rodgers' side winning the Betfred Cup last Sunday. The winger then converted a second contentious award after McGregor tumbled to the deck in the final minutes of Wednesday's 11 draw at Fir Park. Anticipating another grudge match, Brown also had harsh words for the SPFL. He claimed they have stoked up unnecessary tension by scheduling 3 games between Celtic and Motherwell so close together when the Parkhead side are already competing in the Champions League. Celtic manager Brendan Rodgers defended his player Sinclair amid diving claims we are playing them 3 times in a row. The SPFL have put us in that position, said the 32-year-old midfielder. After winning a cup, you play the same team 2.5 days later. It shouldn't really happen. I know the fixtures are building up, but there is plenty of time after Christmas. If you look at our schedule all the way through December as well, for them to throw an extra game in for us, they are supposed to be helping us as well. I'm not surprised by it, because it's the SPFL. There was no explanation given. If you asked Motherwell or ourselves, we would want some time off after a cup final. As the winners, you would like time to enjoy it, not to be thrown right in at the deep end again against the same opponent. We could play more games at the end of January or towards the end of the season, before the split. There will be plenty of time. You would think they would try And help us out with our Champions League game coming up next week against Anderlecht, because it's good for Scottish football if we do well. We don't get a lot of time off in the summer, so if they could make it a bit easier around the European fixtures, it would be much appreciated. I don't think it helps. There is always going to be something going from one game to the other, whether that is a player rivalry or fans, or whether it is the whole team. With Sinclair singled out for ferocious attention from Motherwell fans on Wednesday night, Brown defended his teammate against accusations of diving. F.A. Ambrose pulled Scott back the last time we played Hibs, and he stayed on his feet, noted Brown. Everyone is on Sportscene saying, oh, if he falls over he gets a penalty, but he stayed up, stayed strong and missed the chance. There was a bit of contact and Scott felt that he clipped his heels or whatever, I don't know. Outspoken in the past about opponents who dive, Brown insisted he would have a word with any teammates he felt were throwing themselves to the ground to win spot kicks, referencing his infamous spat with Jamie Walker after he branded the Hearts star a cheat for allegedly diving to win a penalty against Celtic in August last year. Brown said it is different. There was no one near Jamie Walker for 3 yards and he fell over. With Scotty, there was contact. Yet Motherwell continued to feel frustrated at the decisions of match officials Craig Thompson at Hampden and Willie Collum at Fir Park. And their statement said many supporters have contacted the club today seeking clarity on our position regarding incidents during Wednesday night's fixture with Celtic. Firstly, it is unfortunate. Yet another Motherwell match has been dominated by a debatable decision from a match official. It is a call that has left the majority of our supporters again feeling extremely frustrated. Whilst everyone in football accepts match officials have a challenging role, and getting everything correct is almost impossible, it is disappointing to see high-profile decisions affect both Wednesday night's match and the Betfred Cup final in the way they have. To that end, we have made contact with the Scottish FA's head of refereeing to express our views and seek feedback regarding Brown's allegations regarding objects being thrown at Celtic players. The statement concluded, as we do at every match at Fir Park, if any incidents are reported to us, we will investigate them. Should any evidence exist, we will take appropriate action against any individuals who have acted unacceptably. In addition, we will work with Celtic Football Club to investigate, amongst other things, the numerous acts of vandalism, including 206 broken seats, damaged toilets and graffiti in the McEwen Fraser Legal South Stand.